Welcome, everybody, to Sunday, January 19th, 2014, Journey to Success with Pete Asmus. I'm going to be your host, and we are going to have an incredible time, I promise. All right, see? You guys, it is okay to have fun. I promise you, you guys can have fun, and we are going to have a good time tonight. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to learn a lot, all right? One of the things that I've been thinking a lot about this week, especially some of the things that I've seen on Facebook, some of the challenges that I know people that are having is their situation. And it's like, well, I'm stuck here and there's nothing I can do to get out of it. And so we're going to talk about some of the things of, hey, where are you at? Is it challenging? And if it is, how can we utilize those challenges? How can we utilize those weaknesses, for lack of a better word, to be able to really leverage off of them and be able to get where we want to go? Because that's at the end of the day, that's why we're doing all of this. All right. So with that, I want to go ahead and get started. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in here. It looks like we've got about 35 people now. I know that I've got some from the East Coast, some from the West Coast, and in fact, we have some from Turkey as well. It's just it's crazy to me that Journey to Success is blowing up the way that it is. And I remember doing these classes and these calls with one person on, two people on. So the fact that we're starting to really grow not only that, but the reach around the world is amazing to me. And it's all because of you guys. So I want you to know that, and I want you to know how much I appreciate it. But not only that, I want you to realize what it's going to mean for you. Because here's the thing. If you look at the power of 10, right? When we talk about the people all around us, if I want to be in a better mood, if I want to get in a good mood, the last thing I want to do is be around a bunch of people that are negative, right? So our environment definitely plays a role in that. And the more I can get positive people around me, the more they're going to inspire me and uplift me, right? They're not going to be telling me how horrible life is. They're not going to be dragging me back down. They're not going to be beating me with the stick going, I don't want you to succeed. Instead, they're lifting you up. They're supporting you. That's who you want around you. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight as well. So there's a lot of different stuff that we're going to get into, and I'm really excited about it because it really bases, what we're talking about right now is your foundation. When I'm really thinking about I've been around the world, and that's not what I meant. I've traveled all around the US. And a lot of times when we would get up and we would speak to people, we're constantly saying it's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. And it's like, well, okay, well, what do you mean? Well, you've got to buy a house for less and sell it for more. Well, that's a simple concept. Okay. Well, you want to be in a good mood, stop being in a bad mood. That's simple. The what to do is always the simple part. A lot of times the challenges that come up, it's the how to do them. It's the how do I do what I want to do? How do I get where I want to go? And the reason I'm going to be sharing a lot of what I'm sharing with you is because I went through it. Look, it may not look like it, but I used to weigh 260 pounds. I weighed 100 pounds more than I weigh right now. The simple fact is, in order for me to change and to get out of being that fat person, I had to stop doing what fat people do. I had to stop eating like a pig. I had to stop not working out. I had to stop doing certain aspects of what I was doing and shatter who I was for who I wanted to become. The other things that I've done is I've quit chewing, I quit smoking, I quit tobacco. I've broken habits, addictions. So I know what I'm talking about when I'm saying it's hard. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, right around that time, I'd lost a ton of money. I had somebody completely screw me over, and I felt like I wanted to give up. I just wanted to drive my car off the road. So I know what it's like to wake up at 2:00 in the morning sweating bullets. I know what it's like to wake up at 4:30 a.m. and be in just a puddle of sweat and have to get up and take a shower so you can go back to bed. I know what that stress is like. What I'm sharing with you is how to stop it. I'm sharing with you how to change that trajectory. Because here's the thing, when you're getting those results are just that. They're results of actions that you've previously done. What that means is that what we're doing right now, that the results that we're getting right now are just based off of what we've done. So if we don't like where we're at, right, and you want to shake it out, what we need to do is change what we're doing right now to get a different result later. Now, that's the easy part, right? That's what I just explained. That's the easy part. That's what you need to do. You need to change what you're doing right now to get a different result. Tonight, we're going to talk all about how to do that, because that is the hard part. How to do it is the challenge, because we have our own demons inside of us, for lack of a better word, right? Don't you have demons? I mean, I know I do. I've got a wristband right now that says try equals will or do. Try equals do. And I've snapped it like 5 times today. I've had these wristbands for probably 4 or 5 months now. I'm still snapping my wristband because I've still got habits. I'm still fighting habits on a daily basis to be a better person. So don't think just because you're doing it, it makes it any different. Do you know what I mean? Because I used to feel alone. I used to feel like, man, I mean, nobody gets it. Nobody understands what I'm going through. They don't really get it because they've got this or they've got that. And what that taught me was I can't judge myself against anybody else. I can't look at what you've done and where you're at and then sit there and try and compare. It doesn't work. What I'm going to do is end up getting frustrated and pissed off. I'm going to end up getting mad because I'm going to go, that's not fair that you have what you have and I don't have that because I should have that. Well, why? What did I do to deserve that? Did I start laying the groundwork for that? No. Typically, we just want it, but we don't want to do anything for it, right? So, what's the big challenge then? The big challenge, guys, is learning to want to create that change. It's learning to be excited about that change, knowing that it's kind of like learning to get excited about running into gunfire, right? That shouldn't be exciting. We know that there's danger when we do that. But the reality is we want to change, we want to adapt, we want to progress. We want to grow as a human being and as a person and evolve into something more, into something better. But that's going to take changing and breaking and shattering who we are to allow that to occur. Look, I have a glass of water here, right? Well, if I take this up here, now this is a lot bigger than this, right? Now I could have all kinds of great knowledge in here and not so great knowledge in here. If I don't open this up and pour this out and make room for this to enter, I'm not going to be able to assimilate any of this great information, right? So you've got to be willing to shatter or dump out or whatever you want to word it like, who you are for who you want to become. Listen to what I'm saying. You've got to be willing to shatter who you are, the decisions that you make, the questions that you ask yourself, the choices that you're making on a daily, minute basis, and change, alter them, and become excited about doing that. Here's why. One of the biggest challenges I had was I felt like my world was coming down around me. I literally felt like, man, it's like anything I do, it's just bullshit, man. Everything I do, I turn this way and I got somebody smacking me in the face here. Then I turn over here, I've got somebody hitting me over here. My son had cancer at 5 years old. He had a kiwi the size of a tumor the size of a kiwi in the lower left lobe of his brain. He's a 5-year-old. I'm looking at my son like freaking out, thinking he's going to die. I'm like, this is crazy. My whole world collapsed, just completely shattered, right? And then I'm looking at my son praying that every day he's going to make it, every day he's going to be alive. And he ends up making it through it. And he was 2 out of 40 children that made it. And he had 4 roommates that were his age that all passed away from this disease that he had. I can't imagine what that would be like living in a like a cell. I mean, it's not like he got to go cruise around and have fun, right? He's stuck in this. I mean, it was a little bit bigger than a cell because it's a hospital room and then you have like the ward, right? But I mean, come on, that's not really what a child wants. And then when he's out, he had to have one of those face masks on. He couldn't go outside. I remember him crying in the house because he could hear kids playing outside and he was like, man, it's just not fair. And we had to constantly change and do things that would entertain him and keep him up, but he made it. And I remember thinking, if he could do that, if he could watch people with his disease pass away right in front of him and still have the faith and the belief that nothing bad was going to happen to him and he would make it. I mean, what wasn't possible, right? It showed me that I was looking at the wrong things, that I was focused on the wrong, man, I got goosebumps right now. I was focused on the wrong things. And that's what I'm trying to share with you right now. That's the intensity that I really want to bring to this, is that he didn't focus on the child and the roommate that was next to him that passed away. He focused on the fact that he was not. He focused on the fact that he made it, that he was alive, and that he wanted more. He wasn't ready to give up. And I mean, when you think about those things, it really kind of puts your life into perspective. What are you complaining about because you didn't get 8 hours of sleep? I mean, it's time to realize what sacrifice means. It's time to realize that, look, sacrifice is going to mean that I'm not going to enjoy doing it. So here's the thing. So when you start doing something that you don't enjoy, do you know how you get excited about it? Realize that you're sacrificing at that moment. Look to the future when you're going to be able to look back and talk to somebody else going, you know what? You know what I had to do? I remember eating cheese every day for a week, right? I mean, I haven't had to do that, but think about that. I started feeling like the worse it got, the better my story was going to be. The worse it got, the more I could look at other people and say, there's no way you can tell me that you can't do it. Are you kidding me? Do you realize what I went through? Do you know what I went through to get where I am? How can you tell me that you can't do this? That's absolutely crazy to me. And I couldn't do that if I didn't go through it though, right? So I had to hook something that was positive to it. That's my challenge to you. You're going to find things that you don't like doing, that you're going to think that it's unfair, it's horrible. Take those, put them off to the side and go, these are my awards. These are my champions. These are the things that I'm going to covet, because later I'm going to be able to utilize these to inspire other people. I'm going to be able to tell other people how I had to sleep on the rocks, or I had to sleep on top of Alpha Beta for almost 3 months. I lived on top of Alpha Beta when I was 15 years old. I mean, I've been homeless. Like, no joke. Here's the thing, though. This is what I hate is sometimes when people say, I was homeless and a year later I had everything. Well, I don't think that happened like that. I think what happened was they built up a great base. They had a huge foundation. They had friends. They had this and that, right? And then they lost everything and they became homeless. And then what did they do? They leveraged off of all their contacts to springboard back, just like Tony Robbins did. So realize when people tell you their stories of, I was homeless and then a year later I was, making $35,000 a month. Look, it didn't happen like that. I promise you. I was homeless too, but that was almost 20 years ago. That wasn't yesterday. I mean, I had to do a lot to get where I am. This has been, it's like an overnight success. Are you kidding me? This has been a 20-year overnight success. Everything I've been doing my entire life has led me up to this. All the acting that I did back in college, the building a production company, touring all over Oregon and Washington, and really wanting to inspire people to laugh and to motivate them, but in a different way, just to entertain them. And now it's like, cool, man. I get to bring all that stuff and it all comes together. The sound experience that I've had, logic, understanding circuit boards, to understanding computers and how to design things, to where I can really create the environment I want. I can create how I want you to feel. So I can say to you, oh man, the only thing I've got to make sure that I can fix is the fact that I have to remember I have to keep turning up the sound volume. Otherwise, you guys can't hear a thing of what I'm trying to show you.
Who am I?
Who am I?
I'm a champion.
I'm a champion. Think about that. Do you guys ask yourself, who am I? Do you sit there and well, I know you do. And whether you want to admit that you do or not, that's okay. But the reality is you do. You consistently, you on a constant basis, you evaluate yourself every day, all day long. And it's really what this book that I'm writing right now is all about. It's all about how to convert that, how to change that, and how to really empower yourself to be able to catapult you into doing whatever you want. Because I'm not just about real estate. I'm not just about anything. What I'm about is getting you to wherever it is that you want to go. That's my biggest motivator or motivation. Yes, motivation, right? It's all about how to create a will, a drive in you to really just to create that understanding. Because here's the thing, you have the power to do whatever you want. You have that power inside of you. But I know what you're thinking. I remember being there. I remember being in that spot going, look, man, I get it. I get what you're saying because you're there. I'm here. You don't know what it's like. You don't remember what it's like to be here. But I do. And in fact, I'm there almost every single day myself. I'm constantly battling myself over being in a bad mood, over being in a crappy mood, over inspiring others. And I had to start, it's crazy, but I had to start becoming and being the person that I wanted to be, even though I didn't feel like I was that person yet. I just had to become it. And now it's like people look at me and they see that person that I was striving to be. But it didn't just come, it didn't just happen. It took work, it took dedication, and it took trial and error and trial and error and trial and error. Ask my wife over and over, and it still is. I am a huge work in progress, and so are you. And the sooner that you realize that you're a work in progress, that you don't have to have it right now. It isn't about being perfect right now. That's when you realize that everything is about changing and about molding and about evolving. And you are going to evolve tonight. It's that awesome. So here we go. We're about to have some fun. Real quick before we get started, I just want to see if any of you guys have any questions. How are you guys liking it so far, by the way? Good. Everybody can hear me now. Is it good? You guys getting excited? Do you have any questions about what I've said so far and how any of that stuff relates to each other? Just real quick. Nice. Thanks. Thanks, Mark. Michelle, perfect. Thank you very much. And we now have 45 people on the call. Awesome. High five to everybody. I'm loving that you're here. Here's the other cool part, guys. Everything that we're talking about, it's awesome because it applies in any country, like in Turkey, where we're being downloaded. We're in Japan, China. This is amazing. For those of you that have been on this call with me for a long time, it's crazy that we're growing in the way that we're growing. And I want that to inspire you and show you that, look, it's just one step. Start taking one step every day and watch how the trajectory changes. Right here, you do one little thing right here, and it's not that big of a deal one day out, but you take it 300 days out, and how much did that 1 degree turn make? It's a significant difference. And the thing that I'm telling you is, if you do one little thing every day, you can turn that 5-year completion date into a year. You can take it and shorten it by doing little things every day. Don't focus on the big, focus on the small. It's those small details that will really inspire and change the way that you start doing things. They will create big things out of them. All right. So, one thing that you can do, guys, every Sunday night, be here at 6 p.m. Now, next Sunday, we're going to be flying back again from the REI Expo in Dallas. If you guys live anywhere around Dallas, come and check it out. We're going to be broadcasting Investing Coast to Coast live from 12 to 2 next Saturday. So it's going to be fun. We're going to be interviewing people there. All you got to do to listen to that is go on to c2creia.com/AM1510 if you live anywhere around the country or world. If you live in San Diego or in LA, you can dial into on your AM dial to AM 1450 and AM 1510. However, I want you guys to understand that when you're on here live with me, one, you get to see the video, which is a lot cooler because you get to see the intensity by what I'm talking or by which I'm saying it, right? You also, when I use visual props, that's kind of cool too, I hope. Plus, we're going to have some really cool stuff that I'm going to be doing on the video as well today, which when you listen to the audio, you don't get to see the slides that I'm showing you guys. And I've got some cool slides tonight to really drive my point home. So with that said, let's get going. We have goal planning tonight, right? We need to talk about the fact that, you need to realize every day you need to plan. You need to plan your goals. If you're not planning where you're going, where are you going? Do you see what I'm saying? If you don't have a plan, we might as well blindfold you, put you in a car and go, hit it. Because what does it matter where you end up? You don't have a plan of where you want to go anyways. Now, once you figure out where you want to go, then now that you've got your goal, right? I have my goal. That's where I want to go. Now we've got to create little goals to set up that big goal. So you guys should have a 1-year goal. You should have a 6-month goal. You should have a 3-month goal, a 1-month goal, a 2-week goal, right? A week goal and a daily goal. And every day, that goal should build up to that weekly goal. And every weekly goal should build up to your monthly goal. And every monthly goal should build up to your quarterly goal. Do you see what I'm saying? Because then the top of the pyramid is that year goal. But look, that's huge. That's too much to take on at once, right? Looking at the top of the pyramid, you're like, I'm never going to make it up there. Jeez, it's so far, right? I mean, for instance, here we go. Let me show you. Where is it? Oh, here we go.
Napoleon, don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day.
All day.
Besides, we both know I'm training to become a cage fighter.
Right? I mean, I'm trying to become a cage fighter. I want to, if he's training to become a cage fighter, right? He's got to have certain goals. And when we watch the movie, we realize he didn't have really good goals to set him up for that cage fighting, right? Learning on the internet to be a cage fighter is not the opportune location, right? For that. So the thing is, you've got to realize that your goals have got to set up your big goal. You don't want to chew on the monkey. You don't want to try and take a big bite out of the elephant. So what you need to do is set up little ones. And then every little step is going to get you all the way to the top where you want to be. And that's what setting goals is all about. Here's the other thing. When you write things down with handwrite, right? Write into a goal thing like this. All right. And I mean, it's real easy. You can just, you have a little thing. You can write your different goals down in there. In fact, here we go. And I mean, you can, you just put them in. You could put the dates at the top and you just put down what your goals are. But when you write it down, you engage more muscles than when you type it. Okay. Now here's the cool part. If you're like, well, I hate that, then fine, use your iPad. They have those things where you can actually write on the iPad. You don't have to use a pen and paper. That's not what makes it work. It's the fact of writing. So if you want to use technology, use one of those little fake pens, and your iPad, use it to write your goals down every day. Write them down twice a day, in the morning and before you go to bed. Here's the thing. When you do that, it keeps it on the front of your mind. If anytime you're talking during the day, you're going to be thinking about those goals. And your goal should always be to go make something happen towards that goal. Do you see what I'm saying? So if it's on the top of your mind, you're wearing a wristband to go make something happen, and then somebody walks up and goes, well, this could work. Boom. You're able to capitalize. You're able to attack it. You're able to see that opportunity and work towards it. Here's the other thing. We see opportunities a lot, don't we? I want you to listen to what I'm saying. We see opportunities a lot. And a lot of times what we do, I used to sell cars, right? A long time ago. And they called these bathroom ups because the guy would be on a horrible month. He would just be like, life sucks. Nobody wants to buy a car from me. I'm horrible. Right? And he'd go out there and then somebody would drive on the lot and he's like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. Boom. He was out of there because he got to get off in 30 minutes. So he didn't want to take an up, right? And he didn't want to have to work with that person and put in all that energy and effort. All he saw was the energy and effort, right? He didn't see that it could create an opportunity for him to create a sale or to make money or anything like that. It was work. And so he would run to the bathroom. And what I want you to realize is you need to take your life and stop doing that. This is what we mean by shattering who you are for who you want to become. The person you want to become, if you want to be the top salesman, you don't take bathroom ups. You don't fly off the pad. You stay out there and you take every single up and you don't leave. And you do everything you can to help that person and to create a better solution for them in their situation. That's the type of person that you need to be, you want to be, right? You don't want to be the guy that's running away or the girl that's running away. It doesn't matter. And I'm just using this as an analogy. We can use it about anything. You know that you should be making calls to find sellers. You know that that's what you should be doing if you're in real estate. Are you doing it all the time? No. Why? Well, I got to eat. I got to do this. I got to do Man, shut up with the excuses. I'm done. I get it. You got excuses. Perfect. Everybody has them. Nobody cares. Why you didn't do something is irrelevant. You didn't do it. That's all that really matters. You didn't accomplish it. It doesn't, all the reasons, all the challenges, all the real excuses that are in your way. I'm telling you right now, until that moves out of the way, you're going to be blockaded forever. Now, I told you what to do. There's the simple part, right? All right, there's the simple part. How do we do that? How do you move those blockades out of the way? How do you become that better person? It's going to be you realizing that where you want to go is more important than anything else. And I mean anything else. I mean anything else. In the beginning, it's anything else. Yeah, but I have a family. I don't care. It's anything else. You want to be successful? It's anything else at first. Because you don't have the habits that it takes. You don't. You don't have the dedication that it takes yet. So you have to instill it in ways that you didn't even think were possible. You have to start driving it home. You have to stay up till 1 o'clock reading. You have to stay up till 1 o'clock listening to podcasts. Like how many of my podcasts do you guys listen to during the week? Or do you just tune in on Sundays? Do you just listen to Sundays? If you're just listening to once, that's crazy. You should be listening to these every single day. Every time I hear it, when people leave, it's like, man, that was great. I got motivated. Sweet. And you're going to wait another week to be motivated? Come on. I make these downloadable. I make it so that you can literally put them onto your iPhone and listen to them whenever you want, or your Android phone or whatever. It appears that we have 60% Android listeners over iPhone users, whatever. But hey, look, I get it. So I wanted to create, because look, I know what made a huge impact for me. It was me listening to Tony Robbins, me listening to Eric Thomas, me listening to Les Brown, me listening to all these different people over and over and over and over and over and over. And then when I thought I'd listened to it too much, man, I listened to it more. I know Tony Robbins' voice so much, it's nuts. I mean, I just do. You could play his things and I'll be able to answer. No, now he's going to say this. Now he's going to say that. Now he's going to say this. I know him. And I still listen to him. I listen to my stuff. I do, because I'm telling you, half the time I'm speaking to me through you. I'm telling myself, look, Pete, you need to do better. You need to step up your game, man. You need to shatter who you are. You're slipping. You're starting to get too soft. You're taking too much time off. You're doing this, you're doing that, man. Step it up. So sometimes I'm telling me what I need to do. So let me get this straight. I get that you need it as well. So if I'm saying me, probably the most positive person that I know needs to listen to motivational music, needs to listen to motivational things, gets inspired by all kinds of stuff, there's no way that you don't need this as well. And if you're saying, yeah, but all you're doing is hyping yourself up, I'm not. I'm believing what's possible. You think I'm hyping myself up? Last year at this time, I didn't have a radio show on Bloomberg 5 days a week that was done live. Didn't have it. Didn't even have it 5 months ago. I didn't have a video game or an online game or board game. I didn't have any of those things. I didn't have the ability to work on a TV show right now that we're putting together. I didn't have that. What did I do? I believed. I hyped myself up and said that you can do anything. If you believe it, it'll happen. You'll just keep finding opportunities. Don't focus on how challenging it's going to be. Don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on what you do have. And build it, build it, build it, build from there. And here's the thing. The questions that we ask, they change. When I started this, the questions I asked were, how do I get people to notice me, man? And it was just me getting up and yelling and screaming and cheering, right? Like, look at me, look at me, look at me. But now I'm asking different questions. I've got people to look at me now. I've got people to notice. We are downloaded in 65 different countries. I'm telling you right now, that kills me. That kills me. 65 different countries are downloading what we're doing, what I'm saying. That is inspiring to me, to realize that I could have a reach and I could help people all around the world is nuts. It used to be something that I would say, you know what I mean? Like I'd think about it and go, yeah, I'm gonna help people all around the world. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna do that? Who's gonna listen to you? Why would they want to listen to you? And then I started stopping that negative self-talk, right? That negative, like, who's gonna look, who wouldn't want to listen to what I'm saying? Are you kidding me? Look what I've been through. My son has had cancer. I used to smoke. I was super fat. Like I've quit all these bad habits on my own, not with some crazy anything weird, right? But on my own. Not some weird diet, not some weird this, but realizing different steps that I had to do to change to make my life better. Now that is something that I could help other people do. I've done it. I did it. I know. I know how to do it. But it can't be me doing it for you. It's got to be you giving too. You've got to be inputting information. You've got to be helping out as well, right? I can't come to your house, knock on the door. Hi, how you doing? Hey, let's get up and work out and we'll do this and we'll do that. That's not how it's going to work. Because I'm going to tell you right now, until I don't have to give you anything to do what you do, you're going to be bound. You're going to be tied to something. You're never going to be successful because you're always looking for something else instead of looking for within. I shouldn't have to give you $1 to do what you do. Man, that's Eric Thomas. I'll tell you that right now, but still, I love that line. I shouldn't have to give you $1 to do what you do. When that happens, that's when you're going to be successful. Because that's when you're going to start to believe it. That's when you're going to go, you know what? I don't need your money. I can make money because I am that good, because I deserve it, because I am that good. Period. I don't have to get up. I don't have to scream. I don't have to do anything else but realize that I am awesome. And when I say that, look, I want you. I'm not saying me, Pete Asmus. Well, I am, but that's not what I mean. I want you to be saying it with me. I want to be looking and Sean's going, I am awesome. You know, we talked, I think it was last week, and I talked about that anthem. I created an anthem. Have any of you guys downloaded that anthem? Real quick, let me know, and then I'll move on again. We'll call this a break. Man, I can't. I'm sorry, Sean. I know I was doing good with keeping it on an hour, but tonight I have so much cool information and strategies and techniques that we're definitely going to be going over that. But I don't, you know what? For the people who it matters for, will want this, will want me to go long. They don't want me to stop if I'm giving good, actionable information. So, anyways, but what if any of you guys downloaded the anthem? And then let me read these. Now, realize this too, guys. When you write stuff in here, I will start reading it out loud because I'm just kind of like that. And then I'll answer it because I know if I read it quietly, the podcast and everybody else doesn't understand what I'm reading. So, and then if I start answering it, they again don't know what the question was in the first place. So I definitely need all the help you can give to get the negativity from others and my environment to stop impacting me. That is awesome. Michelle, I hope we are doing that right now for you. Here's the thing that I'm going to say about that real quick. When we're talking about what other people do, there's two things. One, there's people that, like, for instance, people that have, I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do this. Right. And it's always the next best thing. They're always looking at the next shiny object. Right. And now their spouse, their friends are like, look, man, I get it. Now you're going to do this. Right. And now you're going to do this. In that situation, that's your fault. You've never completed. You've never followed through with anything. I'm not talking to you specifically, Michelle. I'm just talking right now. But it's your fault for creating that environment. Okay. So at this point, you're going to have to buck up, swallow your pride and go, you know what? You're right. You're right. I have done that. And I'm going to show you this time why it's different, and then stop talking about it. You don't need to talk about it anymore. Now you need to just start showing things. Okay. And then there's the other thing. There's the people that are all around you that are crabs in a bucket, where they don't want you to do better than them. You start doing better, they're pulling you down, 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 right? With those people, time to just boot them. Here's the thing, guys. I love this. Okay, now here I'm going to be not plagiarizing because I'm quoting. I'm going to be quoting from my other really favorite person, John something, and he is all about leadership, and he says that oh man, now I just lost where I was at. Dang it, because we were talking about wait, environment, stop impacting me. You've got to have people stop. Oh, change. You're going to either have to change your friends or you're going to have to change your friends. So you're either going to need to change their mindset so that they help you, they empower you, and they lift you up, or you need to change them and bye-bye, they're gone, right? Here, I'll show you exactly what I mean. We're going to do this to them. We're going to go. They're gone, man. Here, there's another one. We'll just shoot them with our RPG. They're gone. They're gone. So your friends are going to have to do one of two things. They're either going to have to get on board or they're going to have to leave, because you cannot afford negative people in your life anymore. Listen to what I'm saying right now. I'm telling you right now, Michelle, you cannot afford, all of you, all 53 people now. You guys cannot afford negative people in your life. Get rid of them. Get rid of them now. You need to learn to hire slow, fire quick, man, like the plague. You got to get rid of it. If you guys had somebody that was walking around killing people, would you let him walk around? Would you? Here, hold on. If you had somebody with a gun walking around killing people, would you let them do that? I don't think you really need to keep thinking about this, right? I mean, the answer is no. But you will allow that to happen in your life. If you think that somebody negative in your life running around telling you how crappy you are, telling you how nothing is ever going to work, telling you how this and that, if you think that that's not literally going around and assaulting your positive person, it's not killing you inside, you're crazy. You're crazy. It's going to take you so much energy to combat that individual, and then the effect that they're having on you, it's going to take more energy to combat them than just get rid of them, man. And this is when it comes down to it again. Here's the easy part. You got to get rid of them. Here's the hard part. How? Yellow light or red light, green light. If you guys have read my book, Force Your Dreams into Reality, in the very end, I was talking to Edwin Soto at the time. I was kind of working with him and mentoring him. And I remember him talking to me about his goals. And he said, I just, sometimes it gets confusing because there's, I want to do this and I want to do this and I want to do this. And I said, look, it's just like red light, green light. And I ended up putting it into the book because it is. Is this going to get you closer to your goal? Yes or no? Yes or no? If it's no, gone. Yes, it stays. You need to do that with the people in your life as well. Do you want to get closer to your goal? Do you want to get there? Because somebody that's constantly negative to you, somebody that's constantly berating you, they're not going to help you get there. They're not going to assist you in any way. And all they're going to do is create that road to be that much longer. Now, if that's your spouse, what do you do? Let me tell you, a spouse always wants the best for you. They do. They love you. There's no way that they don't want the best for you. The reason that a spouse would be afraid of what you're attempting to do is because they don't have enough information. They're scared and they don't have enough information. So you need to provide more information to allow them to be okay with it. You need to provide more information of what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, all these different things. And if you don't know how you're going to do all that, then don't talk to them about it, because you're not going to get a positive response. A spouse isn't somebody that you can just kick out. That's just not the way it is. Your job is to work it out with them. Your job is to be with them. And typically you didn't get married because you hated each other, right? You didn't get married because you were constantly bickering. That came through time. You want to start changing that? Start complimenting them instead of belittling them. Start just telling them how much you care instead of telling them how dumb they are, or whatever that may be. And I'm not saying that that's what you do, but I'm saying we do things like that, right? Maybe you're not saying dumb, but you know what I'm talking about. You know how to push their buttons. They're your spouse. My God, you know everything about them. I know exactly how to get Shannon pissed off if I want to, like that. And she knows how to do the same thing back to me. But here's the really big question. Every time you enter into a conversation with them, if it's an argument or whatever, this is what I want you to focus on. The result. What do you want to have happen at the end of the conversation? What do you want to have happening? What do you want to be occurring, right? Do you want to not be talking to them? Do you want to be in your room and they're in their room? Do you want them to be in the car driving down the highway as fast as they can to a divorce attorney? Do you want to be snuggling on the couch? Do you want to be cuddling? Do you want to be kissing? Do you see what I'm saying? What do you want to be doing? Because let me tell you, that the red zone, right? When you're like, blah, 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 and you're freaking out and yelling, that is not the person you want making that decision of where you want to be at the end, because they're going to be launched off of a bridge, right? But that's not what you want. Deep down, that's not what you want, because if it is, get the hell out right now. My God, man, you definitely not need to not be with that person. So if deep down, that's not the way you want it, we got to start looking at those results. You want to grow as a person, start focusing on the results that you want to achieve, not the strategy to get there. Don't worry about the strategy to get there. Just focus on what you want to have happen, because what will end up happening is when you focus on, well, I just want to be close to them at the end. I just want them to understand where I'm coming from and for us to be okay. Then you're going to start doing things that make that happen. Instead of going, well, I don't want them to be pissed off. I don't want them to be pissed off. I don't want them to be pissed off. Because all that's going to happen is at the end, they're going to be pissed off, because that's all you keep saying. That's all you keep saying. What you focus on, you get. What you focus on, you get. My son was 5 years old with brain cancer and made it. What you focus on, you get. My daughter now has alopecia. Man, she's bald. It's like, are you kidding me? Right? But now we're using it as a positive. I still don't know where the positive is when she gets a little bit older, but you know, I'm praying that the hair grows back and that she gets it back. But if it doesn't, you know what? We're going to work with that too, and there will be a positive to it as well. But it's still hard, right? You still have to focus on the positives. She's able to inspire other kids now. She's an inspiration to other kids around the world. I mean, we've even gotten people from Mexico, from Brazil, commenting on her and stuff. So that's cool to me. So we've turned a negative into a positive. Believe me, everything in your life that's negative, you can utilize it for a positive. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit as well. All right. Okay. Let me see. Jonathan. I remember those type of ups. Yeah. Right. Tony Robbins. I listened to Questions Are the Key was one of them. The Edge, Personal Power 2. Golly, like all of them. I mean it. I literally have 20 gigs of Tony Robbins stuff. So, and then, you know, I've got Questions Are the Key. That's my book. I've got other people that I listen to too. Like Eric Thomas has The Blueprint, which is amazing. And he gave me the idea of interjecting more multimedia type of stuff in it, where it's just cool, man. And it just shows you that you can break outside of any box. Do what you love doing. Sometimes I think, man, I wonder if people are going to really enjoy what I'm saying or the way that I'm presenting it. And then I realize I'm doing this because this is me. And I realize that it's different than other people. It is. That's what makes me unique. So some people are going to love what I do. I get it. And some people are going to hate it. And man, as much as I would love to have everybody be inspired and get passionate and understand where I'm coming from and not think I'm on crack or something, because I talk fast sometimes when I get really passionate, but I can't help it. My brain starts moving super fast and I just want to get it out, because I want you to understand how important it is to your future. Because if I can get that, man, if I can drive that home, if I can really reach inside and grab your heart and I can show you what you can do, I'll be literally giving you the key. I mean, literally giving you the key to your future, because it's about showing you that you have it. It's all within you. If you just focus on what you're doing, if you focus on the little wins. Look, my life, especially last year, there was a lot. I would say 90% of the things that came into me on a daily basis were bad. Maybe 10% were good. And sometimes it was less than that. And I would have to focus sometimes on one thing that I was like, man, that was so awesome that happened today. And there could have been a bunch of other things. I mean, just crazy, starting up a business and the fears and the challenges that come along with that. And here we are a year later, and those challenges are gone. Those fears are gone. It's progressed. And it was because of doing it on a daily basis, every day, believing, focusing on whatever was positive. And now there's a lot more positive things that happen than negative. But it wasn't like that in the beginning. And sometimes you're going to have a job and then have another job. This is your second job, being positive, being motivated, and going out and creating opportunities for yourself. And you're going to say, well, that's not fair. It isn't fair at first. It just isn't. And it isn't until it's going to become real unfair, and then it's going to swing and it's going to be real unfair the other way too. Believe me, it's crazy. It's unfair all the way up here. And then the moment you pop over that top, all of a sudden you're on the unfair the other way. It's like anything you do just happens and you barely have to give any effort. But why did that happen? It happened because for 10 years, you've been working your butt off. And I don't mean like you're looking going, okay, holy crap. Are you saying like 10 years from now, we're going to be saying this? Well, yes, but it doesn't mean that it has to take you 10 years to get where you want. I'm just telling you that the doors and the decisions you make right now are going to guide your future. So realize that part, that if you had to put out an hour a day right now for the next year that could potentially get you X number of dollars, or you could sit there and watch TV that's not going to get you anything, give up the hour. Straight up. Stop whining about it. Just give it up and do what you need to do. Read the book, listen to the podcast, get motivated, get educated, and take action. I mean, most of all, take action. My God, don't covet the information. You're not a library. You aren't. You're not made out of brick and mortar, so stop acting like it. Get up and move. All right. Let's go. Okay, so I did talk about how you can get started. We're going to get into more stuff like that, but in that, I was kind of referring to the Bird Dog program. If you haven't heard of it, you can go to c2creia.com/Bird Dog program, and you can sign up for our Bird Dog program. It's an absolutely free program to get involved in. All it requires is your time. We're not going to ask you for money. In fact, when you bring us properties, we will end up paying you when we get paid out on it. We're also always looking for wholesale deals. So if you bring them, you can make money on those as well. So with that, let's get into our series. I'm excited about it. GoMakeSomethingHappen.com. And this is kind of what I'm talking about too. It's all how things start. GoMakeSomethingHappen.com started with Journey to Success because I was doing this call and I realized that some people just weren't taking action. And it was like, what in the hell is going on? Why won't you do something? And so I realized, okay, well, let's create a rubber band. I mean, at first I told everybody to get a rubber band and snap it every time they said these words. But then I realized that people would forget what the words were. So I made the wristbands. They're $3. It's not like I'm trying to make a millionaire off of wristbands. I'm just trying to cover the cost of mailing them and everything else to you. So $3, we get them, you get them mailed to you, but they say the words should equals try, or should equals must, try equals do, can't equals will. So that when you're wearing that thing, you're conscious about it. And when you say the word try, you realize it and you go, and you snap it so that you're associating pain with that word. Pain can be a good motivator. When you guys are telling me you don't understand, my situation sucks, I hate where I am. Great. Because the person that is comfortable where they are isn't moving. That's the problem. The person that's comfortable thinks that the ground's everything's going to be great forever, but it isn't. And when the carpet gets taken out from under them, they're freaking out. So my challenge to you is don't be comfortable. Get uncomfortable and become extremely uncomfortable so that pain, that wedge is driven in hard. That way you're driven up. You're driven to step out. To step out of the life that you're currently living, to step out of the mold that you've currently created, to step out of the decisions and the techniques and the strategies that you use on a daily basis to get what you want. And you need to step up your expectations of yourself. Man, this is the biggest one to me because I expect a ton out of myself and out of people I work with. And I mean, even sometimes my wife goes, look, you expect too much. No, I don't. I expect the right amount. I expect things to be perfect because if I don't, who the hell is? If I don't expect it to be right, it's never going to be right. If I don't expect it to be great, it's never going to be great. So hell yes, I expect a lot. And so should you. What are you worth? Do you only think that you're worth what you're living right now? Are you happy where you are in your life? Do you think that that's what you're worth? Because right now, the answer is yes. Don't tell me no, because you've proved that the answer is yes. When you finally get fed up and say, I am worth more than this, I guarantee that minute shit will change. Just will. It's like a light switch. Immediately, you're done. You're done. You're done with the way life is. You're done with the way everything's going. And you're willing to stay up later. You're willing to get up earlier. You're willing to get up and be pissed off and it's 6 a.m. Are you kidding me? Nobody's even awake right now. And get up and go to the gym because you're willing to do whatever it takes to reach that goal. When is that going to happen? When is it that you're going to look inside of your life and go, I deserve more and I expect more? You need to step up what you expect from others. If you only expect people to give you crap, I'm telling you right now, you're never going to get anything but crap. If you expect people to treat you well, if you expect people to give you respect, if you expect people to value your time, then it will. Because when they don't, you're not going to have that. Do you see what I mean? You've got to start becoming the person you want to be. I want to speak out in public more. Great. Then do things that people that speak out in public more do. Go and join a speaking class, or I think there's I don't remember what that's called, but there's some kind of club or something that does that kind of stuff, right? So step up. And then when you do that, you can step in. You can step into the life that you've designed. You can step into the life that you've created. You can step into friendships, opportunities, and connections that you made. Because let me tell you, life, this stuff does not happen once in a while. It doesn't happen with you getting excited right now and then tomorrow going back to normal. And then next week, oh, for one day you're excited and then you're back to normal. No, it's consistency. You know why I have 374 videos in 1 year? Because I've made a video every single day. Every day. Every day, my girls and I make a video, unless I'm on a plane or I'm not home. But even then, sometimes we still do our best to pre-record stuff if we have time. But we do videos every day, consistently. Man, I'll tell you, there are definitely days I did not want to do this. And you guys don't even know. It takes me an hour to upload those videos. One, I've got to record them. Sometimes that does not go smoothly. And it may take us 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times to do them. Then once that happens, I've got to upload them. Once they're uploaded, I've got to edit them down. I've got to put in the annotations. I've got to put in the tags. I've got to put in the description. Then I've got to copy that and put it onto our website. Then from there, I've got to take it and put it onto Facebook and then change out the picture because for some reason our website isn't attaching the picture, and kick it out so that you guys can all see it and you guys know it's up and you guys know to go to c2creia.com /motivation and you can see the videos. And that takes seriously like an hour to an hour and a half sometimes. But I do it every single day because I want to create something for you. I want to create an inspiration. I know that these videos on a daily basis will start to change you because repetition. You keep hearing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. It's taken X number of years, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. People have been drilling into you. You're not good enough, right? It's going to take a little longer than 1 hour to convince you how amazing you really are. That's why you need to listen to these podcasts over and over again. That's why you need to be connected to us. That's why you need to understand that we are here for you. I'm not asking you to pay for anything. I'm asking you to tune in. The only thing I am asking is if this does impact you, share it. I've got 58 people on right now. The least you could do is go, man, this was awesome. I'm not going to covet this for myself because, again, that's stupid. I'm going to share it and share what we're doing. Get it out there. Share, go make something happen. Share Journey to Success. Share it with the people that you care about and get them to listen, get them to watch. Because can you imagine if you had 10 of me around you all the time? What could you do? What could you do if you had 10 Pete Asmuses around you, inspiring you, promoting you, cheering you? What could you do? What would be possible if you had my resources? You can. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes to get there? Are you willing to make those decisions? Do you want it that bad? Are you willing to be that person? Are you willing to ask yourself the question and then follow through with the answer when you know the answer? Remember, because we talked about that, right? We can know the answer and go, oh, but that's a lot of work. Man, I don't want to do all that work, man. Right? We can get Marley out here. All Marley wants to do is go to Colorado and Seattle. Man, I just want to. He goes into his man. It's not doing it. Hello. There we go. Man, I just want to have fun, man. Right? I don't know. That cracks me up. I still think that's funny. But it's about wanting more. It's about getting more out of you. It's about pulling that 130% out because it's within you. Think about this. How many times in the last year have you done something that is amazing? And I know you've done more than one thing. So how many times have you done something that you felt was amazing? If you could keep redoing those things, think about the mindset you were in at the time. What kind of attitude did you have? Get into that mindset. Become that person because that's you. It was you then and it can be you now, but you've got to want it. So, all the doors that you've opened have got you here. There you go. Wrong mouse. Okay. It's we could do this. I also have stickers on the website. I put that little sticker up above where I drive, obviously, because it just keeps reminding me to go make something happen. Go make something happen. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Don't sit by and watch other people do it. Get up and go make something happen. Make it happen now, not later. If you guys haven't read my book, tonight, read it. It's 40 pages. My God, read the first 5 pages and then let me know if you can stop. That's all I'm saying. Just read it. My God, what is wrong with me? Read the first 10 pages and tell me if you can stop. If you don't think it's worth it, that's fine. Give me that input. I'd love that input. And you can download that book at forceyourdreams.com. That's forceyourdreams.com. You can download the book quick and it's free. Again, another free thing. I swear if I charge $5, probably more people would take it. But by me making it free, I don't know if you guys just don't think it's valuable or what, but everybody that has read that book absolutely loves it. It is in fact a guide of what to do, like a shorthand manual. That's really kind of what I created it like. Now, the book I'm writing right now that we're basing this series off of, Questions Are the Key to Unlocking Your Reality, that is going to be a little bit longer because I'm going a little bit more into depth because I'm showing you the questions that I actually ask, the things that I do say to myself. Like, for instance, we know that being in a bad mood, that's not good, right? That's not a good place to be. You're never going to get people running up to you going, oh my God, you're in a shitty mood. Hold on. I want to do stuff with you. I want to talk to you. Let's sit down and have a good time. Nobody's going to be doing that. They're going to be avoiding you again, like the plague, right? So one of the things that I do when I start getting really spun out, if I'm really pissed, is I start saying, okay, what can I do that would make me feel better about this and not feel like I lost something, right? What could I do that would make me feel good and at the same time would empower me to get into a good mood, right? So how do I solve the issue that's making me upset, the frustration that I'm mad about? How do I solve that in a quick and easy way while still making me feel like I'm in a good mood and that I want to do more? I will answer that question. You will answer that question. The hard part is taking action sometimes on that because you can go, okay, well, I know that it's going to be, in 5 years, it won't really matter. So if it doesn't matter in 5 years, why does it matter now? And and you can go through that. But then sometimes you want to go, well, yeah, but it feels good to be pissed off right now. Okay. Does it feel better to be pissed off or have $5,000 in your hand? Just a quick question. Because next time you're pissed off, think of it that it could be costing you $5,000. Think of holding $5,000 and then trying to be mad. It's kind of hard, right? So imagine next time you get really mad, imagine just having $5,000 in your pocket and hands and throwing it up in the air and making it rain. Imagine something that puts you in a good mood. Think about that and go, okay, well, if I thought about that, that would make me feel better. Reaffirm what you're saying to yourself. Reaffirm it. Tell yourself, this is going to make me feel better. Because when you tell yourself what you're going to do, you typically will do it. It's pretty awesome. And when all else fails, bite on a pencil or a pen. If you bite on a pencil or a pen for 5 seconds, it releases endorphins, which makes you think that you're having fun, whether you are or not. It's that cool. Okay. So, now we're almost ready to get into what's on for tonight. Woo! Got some more questions here. I have not. I need to get it. Oh, cool. Not a problem, Jonathan. I can hook you up with that. I will download the anthem. There you go, Michelle. That's right. And it's easy. You can go to C2CREIA.com, and on the Journey to Success, if you go up in the podcast, it's there. And it's the anthem. I actually rewrote a little bit of it, and I'll play it tonight for you guys. If you guys really want me to, let me know. And I'll give you a preview of what it sounds like, and you guys can tell me what you think. Good. I'm glad that your energy level is going up. That's awesome. Because here's the thing, Maxwell. Thank you very much, Mark. John Maxwell is who I was not plagiarizing but quoting. I want to inspire that energy level to go up. Look, we are all connected. We're all connected. So when you can feel my energy go up, yours goes up. And if yours goes up, Michelle, that means Jonathan's is going up and Mike's is going up. And all of a sudden, everybody, I'm not going to go through all 61 people, but everybody's energy goes up. Do you see what I'm saying? All of you out there. You guys all have this amazing ability to do this. Why would you not want to get in contact more? I think what I'm going to also do is create a Journey to Success page. I don't want to create one, I think, on Facebook because we already have like 50 of them on there. I want to do one, I think, on my on our main website and have it where you guys can come there and ask different questions, because I am willing to answer any kind of motivational question at any time. I'm always there. So if you guys are down and you need help, reach out to me. Please reach out to me, because I want to be there to inspire you. I said this before. I want to be the person. I want to get emails in 10 years that say, hey, I didn't quit because of you. I want to get emails from people that are successful that say, I inspired them. So I need to do things that would create that result. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm putting myself out there to do things that I wouldn't typically do because I'm looking at the results I want to get in 10 years, not what I want to get now. Think about what you want to have happen. I want someday for somebody to step up on a stage and go, man, because of Pete, this charity popped off. If it wasn't for him, all these kids, all these people wouldn't be getting this. We just want to dedicate this or say thank you to Pete Asmus. I want that. Now, that may be my ego talking, but look, what I'm doing is I'm going to use that as a positive. How could I make that a great thing? Well, it's a charity. I'm going to make it a great thing, right? If I want my name to be announced, why not have it announced for something where I'm giving back? So I've started doing things that would create that scenario. Do you see what I'm saying? It's that easy when we're talking about creating something. The how part, that becomes more challenging. That's when you got to start asking those questions. Okay, well, what could I do? How could I make that happen? And then I thought, well, I've got the radio station. Okay, well, what could I do with the radio station that could make that happen? Well, we met Roger. Roger has deals down in San Diego. This is being aired in San Diego. What about if we created a project where we flipped a property down there and gave it to charity? And then I just kept asking better and better questions. Boom. Now we have the F3 project. We have it already funded. I have it. I have the insurance paid for. We're still looking for the property right now, but we've got the project is good to go. It's because I took action and took steps that person would do. The person I wanted to be. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm trying to share with, my God, I am sharing with you the steps that I took. That's why I think that this call is so valuable, because it's real. Everything I'm telling you is all real. I didn't write down any of this. This is all off the top of my head. It's all real life situations. I haven't even got into the stuff that I actually wrote. It's all because I care about where your trajectory ends. I care about catapulting you to the next level. I care about you reaching where you want to reach. But it can't be me that cares more than you. So that's why it's exciting. That's why I'm passionate. And that's why I want to transfer this energy to all of you, because I want all of you to reach your goals, to reach your destination. And that's going to take, man, it's going to take a ton of energy. I know how much it took from me, and it's going to drain you. And that's why I'm telling you, I will fill you back up. So do me a favor and fill mine back up. Because here's how you refill my energy: by going out on Facebook and saying, man, you impacted me in this way, and explaining what I did so that I know what I'm doing, that I can do better. Because I'll leverage off of that. Help other people see how great this call is. Because when you go out and you put out what it did for you and how this call impacts you, it shares with other people what they could get out of it as well. Not me saying what they're going to get out of it, but you saying what you got out of it. Does that make sense? So it's from a different perspective. That's what helps me. That's what keeps me going. And for those of you that have gone out and done that, I appreciate it. I really do. And you notice that I comment on it and I say thank you and I tell you how amazing and awesome you are, because I want you to feel that. I want you to know that. And we're constantly reaching out to help everybody accomplish their goals. I've never had a question asked that I didn't point them in a direction or answer the question if I could. And I'll always do that. I am connected like, well, there's probably a lot of other people that are connected like me, but I feel like I'm connected like no other. And I'm willing, here's what makes me different, I think. I'm willing to give you my connections. I don't covet them. There isn't any special connection that I'm like, oh, I can't give you that one. I'll share everybody. It doesn't matter to me, because I know that the more I use my connections, the more I help my connections, the stronger that muscle gets. It's like working out. You can't get all buff and yoked out like Ivan if you don't ever touch a weight. But people do that with their contacts. They're like, oh, no. This one's really good. This one, this one is awesome. I can't share this one. But then they never use it. Or when they finally do go to use it, that person isn't in the business anymore. They didn't do whatever. And they could have really prevented that if they would have not coveted that person. Maybe they would have given them the right connection that could have kept them connected in the business. And then when they did need them, they would have had help. And I mean, I'm just saying random things right now, just examples, metaphors, right? None of this is legitimate, but it all could happen the way I'm saying it. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get going here. Okay, I have no idea what you yelled no at, Michelle. Or of course not. I have no idea what that was too, but apparently it was something that everybody said the same thing. Not to sound like I'm looking for something for free, but you did say that you have something special for all that attended the webinar on this time. Absolutely. One, you guys are all seeing me. Two, if you guys have not had a wristband, I will send you a wristband for tuning in tonight. And we're going to start doing different things. It doesn't mean that I'm going to give something away every time, though, but we're going to start doing different things for people that do tune in and make it here on time. You'll never know what is going to happen. The other thing that you're going to get by being on, I would hope, is a change in mindset. That when you leave this call, you're going to feel more empowered, that you're going to be a bigger and a better person. And you will have taken the technology and some of the tips that I've given you, and you're going to apply them to your life and get a different result. That would be my real hope for you. But if not, if you guys need a wristband, let me know and I will send you a wristband for everybody who is live, obviously. So it would have to be tonight that you're sending me the things. Toastmasters, correct. Let's see. Wow. Great. Man, I wish I could tell what everybody was referring to. Took my realtor's license exam last week, and the whole time I was repeating what you told us from a few webinars ago, that I am awesome, I am number one, and I am a champion. That is cool, Gil. And you did well, right? You passed it too, which was awesome. So I saw that. Teaching on self-talk created my ability to mentally pass it, and now I'm a licensed realtor. That is so cool. That is so cool. Honestly, Gil, that is really, really awesome. And it is all about growing, guys. So that's incredible. All right. So questions are the key, right? We talked about, if you guys are brand new to this series right now, this is your first time tuning in. I know a lot of you guys have had different times. The first one that we did 3 weeks ago, right? Because this is number 4, would be what is communication? We talked a little bit about how that works, the different forms, the verbal, nonverbal, implied. If you missed any of these, definitely go back. I think this series is really incredible and has a lot of different energy than Force Your Dreams into Reality had, where it was a lot more aggressive, I think, sometimes. But this one is all about communication. Then we have verbal communication, nonverbal. And tonight we're going to be talking about understanding your situation or where you're located. And we've already talked a lot about that so far, but now we're going to get into some other parts. So you are here. So many times I hear people say, well, look, I know where I'm at and it sucks. Well, yes, but this is where you're at. And here's the thing, nobody else is where you are. So stop looking to either side and trying to judge your performance off of those people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this person started last week and is now a millionaire from doing real estate and you aren't, and you've been doing it for a year. That, all that should do is say, it's possible. What are they doing that's different than me? Because I'm going to tell you right now, they're definitely doing something different than you are, right? But the other thing is, you may not know that for the last, again, 10 years, they've been setting this up. Maybe they worked for a brokerage and they had all these people that they knew, right? And then once they quit, they all came to them. See, we don't know what people literally do to get where they are, but we constantly want to make up in our minds that it must be the same thing that we did. And how come they're so much farther than we are? It's not. Realize that the only person you guys are racing with is a mirror. That's it. Where you are in life, you can only judge off of yourself. Nobody else has your pedigree. Nobody else has your parents. Nobody else has your connections. Nobody else has your life. They don't look like you. They don't talk like you. None of it. So even if you're talking about a brother or a sister, they still look different, talk different, unless you're talking about an exact, duplicate, right? An identical twin, and then shut up because I'm not going to go there. So let's stay with what is reality. And that's the fact that we want to judge ourselves off of our neighbors, off of people that we know in Facebook. And I'm saying, stop. You need to focus every day doing better today than you did yesterday. Focus doing better today than you did the day before. That's it. The only person you're in competition with is yourself. If you're going, well, look, I did 5 hours worth of work. Awesome. I don't understand why you would say that to me, though. Well, because you think I only did 4, or because you think I did 10. Why does that matter? If you had the ability to do 7 and you only did 5, you shortcutted yourself. Period. I don't care how many they did or he did or she did, because they don't matter. They don't pay your bills. They don't live your life. And when they go on vacation, you're not with them. So stop looking at them and start looking at you. Start looking at what you can do. How do you get something different? How do you become somebody new? What can you do to change you? Focus on you getting better every day. So if 5 hours is a lot because you only had an ability to do 4 and you did 5, fantastic. But everything is based off of your ability, not anybody else's. All right? That's 1. Okay. 2, how to analyze your position. Where are you at in life? Right? Look, oh crap, hold on. Oh, there. How do you look at where you're at? Are you happy with where you are? When you start analyzing your life, I want you to get a pen and paper and I want you to write it down. When you analyze where you are, I want you to be able to see where exactly you are. Are you where you want to be? Because unless you know how much money you have in the bank, unless you know how much money you have available on credit cards and what your bills are and this and that, and you know everything, what your house payment is, how much your kids cost, I mean everything. Unless you analyze where you are, there is zero chance of you getting somewhere new because you don't know what the hell you have to work with. You don't know what you have. So you're just going out and just making it up. And if you do get where you want, it's going to take a lot longer. Now, that's part of the unfun part though, right? Because sometimes when you look and you analyze where you are, you really realize how you do not like where it is. How much money, if you didn't get paid tomorrow, if you didn't make any money, if you lost your job, how long could you live? How long could you survive without a job? That's a question that nobody wants to answer, right? That sucks. But if you know that answer, it could cause that pain so that you work harder. When you're saying to me, but how do I increase my willpower, Pete? How do I make myself want to do all this extra work? Look at where you are. How long could you live without a job? How many friends do you have that you really count on? Really look at where you are. It's probably going to provide quite a bit of leverage to move. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like what's going on. And again, if you do, then you're comfortable. And then, man, that's the worst. That's the poison, being comfortable, because you're just satisfied. I'm good. I've got this much. I'm good. I'm good. But the moment something stops, woo, you are going to be losing your mind because you're not used to being in chaotic state. That's why entrepreneurs are so great when all hell breaks loose, because we're used to living in that chaos. We're used to being adaptive. People that are rigid, that are like, oh, I got to do this like this, got to do this like this. They freak out when shit goes wrong, right? Because they don't know what to do. How do I change this? You need to start learning to let things go and be adaptive. It doesn't mean that I'm not a perfectionist. Believe me, I fight till the end. But the moment it comes where we go live, it's done, man. I'm in a good mood and we're going. I can't sit there and keep doing it. Man, even though I really am not supposed to, I guess I could. But that would suck for a radio show, right? Oh, man, I can't believe it. And just talking and complaining the whole time. Who would? Well, I guess that's some radio shows, but that's not what I'm about. I'm not there to complain the whole time. I don't want to complain at all. I want to inspire. I don't want to bring other people down. I want to lift them up. So if you want to create change, analyze your position and be real. Be real. But remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. No, that's not what I want. See it for what it is and take responsibility. Who am I talking about? Who should take responsibility? You. You've got to learn that no matter where you are in life, this is one of my favorite things, because this probably taught me more than anything, was wherever you are in life, take responsibility. You're in jail, take responsibility. You're in a marriage, take responsibility. You're in a bad situation, take responsibility. Because until you take responsibility for where you are, there's nothing you can do about it. Until you take responsibility for having this job, until you take responsibility for not having any money, until you take responsibility for not being where you are in life, where you want to be in life, until you take that responsibility and say, okay, you know what? Forget it. It's on me. I decided to be here. Because once I take on that responsibility and I say, I decided to be here, I can say, and you know what? I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. So I'm deciding to move. I'm deciding to change. I'm deciding to be somewhere different. If I put you somewhere, if I make you do something, then you got to wait for me to stop. You got to wait for me to let you up. You got to wait for me to let you go. But if you put yourself there, then all you have to do is move, right? It's like a piano falling from the roof. You know what I mean? Look, you can either let stress, let's say stress is that piano, you can either let that piano come down and smash you and just level you, or move out of the way, step to the side, get the hell out of the way. I mean, you know that it's coming, so just whoop, slide over to the side. It's up to you. Now you can say, well, yeah, but how do you do that? You know how to do that. You can step to the side. You can not let it affect you the way that you're letting it affect you. Or you can choose to let it affect you. Our whole life is about choices. We can choose to do what we want. And here's what helps us make choices: questions. So, like we said last time, you're going to make amazing questions. You're going to start asking amazing questions so that you get incredibly amazing results. You're going to start realizing that I am awesome. Come on. I am awesome. I want you guys right now to just close your eyes and listen to what I'm saying. When we talk about who you are, when we talk about what you can accomplish, guys, you are awesome. You're incredible, and you can do anything. You can pass anything. It's just about you creating that desire inside to want it more than anything. You, though, are amazing. And you need to know that. You need to realize that every single day. When you get up in the morning, the first thing that you need to say to yourself is, I am amazing. I'm amazing. And today is going to be an amazing day. And here's the cool part. Here, let me do this. I can even play. You guys want to hear the anthem? I can play the anthem for you real quick. Where did I put it? I put it, here it is. Hold on real quick. I got it right over here. Man, this is being there we go. Okay, come on. There we go. Slide you up there. And it's loading up in there. Now, real quick, do you guys want to hear this anthem before I keep going? I got, I need somebody to walk around with again. Okay. All right. Here. I will let you guys hear the anthem. Now, realize that this is downloadable. This right here, you can go right now and download it from c2crea.com / I believe. Well, just go to c2crea.com, go up into podcasts, and then go to the Journey to Success podcast, and it's called Our Anthem. Hi, I'm Pete Asmus, and I want to welcome you to your brand new anthem. Guys, get excited because right now you're about to set your life off and set your life up. How? By taking action. It's time to get inspired. I am a champion. What does a champion mean to me? It means that I will never give up. And if I fall, my passion becomes tenfold because I know I'm almost there.
And I've learned to get excited over challenges because they show me what I'm made of.
I am a champion because I live by actionable information, and I never let fear hold me back from taking that action right now. I am not a library. I take in as much information as possible, not to sit on it, not to hoard it or leave it on a shelf, but to use it as a catalyst to catapult me to where I want to be. I am a lean, mean investing machine. I look for opportunities everywhere at every possible moment, and I'm not afraid to say yes to the right ones. I'm also not afraid to say yes and make a mistake. I realize that mistakes get me to the next point. And even though I may not have reached my goals yet, I'm almost there. It's right within my grasp. When I think of ideas and dream of strategies, I only focus on the possibilities, because the challenges will disappear as the solutions become apparent. I am a champion because I am amazing. Today, I will do something that I'm afraid of.
Today, I will inspire the world through my actions.
Today, I will learn something new. Today, a stranger will see my value. Today, I will have a positive impact on something I touch. And most important, today, I will shatter who I am for who I want to become at every possible opportunity. I am a champion. I do not have problems that are overwhelming because every problem has a solution. I just have to ask the right questions, better questions, questions that are going to empower me and allow me to make better choices. So right here, right now, I will start asking amazing questions so that I can get incredibly amazing results. I am in control of my future. I am responsible for where I am, where I'm going, and how I get there. And I know that no one else cares about my destiny and my dreams more than I do. So it's up to me to step up my game. It's up to me to step up my focus. And it's up to me to step up my commitment to myself, my family, and my business partners. And most of all, to step up what I expect out of myself. I realize that I have no competition but me. It's my job to do better than I did yesterday. It's not anybody else's job to tell me what I'm capable of. That's up to me. I realize that only I can change my trajectory. And right now, it's the time. Right here is the place. And by the way, I am a champion. Bam! I love that. And by the way, dead silence. I am a champion. You should know that. And by the way, I'm just got a question for y'all. Who is? That's what I'm talking about, man. To me, that is where it's at, right? I mean, how did you guys like that? That's pretty cool, isn't it? It's all about how to get you up. Now, that wasn't as pumped up. It wasn't as juiced up as I normally am, but it's because I wanted you guys to be able to listen to it in the morning and at night. And the last thing I wanted to do is get you all spun out right as you're trying to go to sleep. So this was really designed for you guys in the morning and at night to listen to. So you guys really just start listening. I wanted to just I want it to start impacting your brain. I want you to guys, when you hear things over and over again, you're hearing that over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. You're listening to that anthem over and over again, because I promise you, in a month of you listening to that twice a day, there's no way it's not going to have an impact. There just isn't. You are going to start going, I'm a champion. Shatter who I am for who I want to become at any possible opportunity, right? Right here, right now. Come on. I think the other reason I didn't yell too is because it kept going off the thing. So I had to do it quieter. Otherwise I would have got a lot more psycho on the thing. But thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Michelle, Jonathan, everybody. Thank you. All of you guys. That's awesome. So I'm glad you liked it, because really it was for you, right? 2 weeks ago, we talked about this and I said I would have it. And then last week I didn't really have it. And so I had to create another one. And I finally got the soundboard and everything working so that I was able to do this. And now that I know how to do it, man, I'm going to start creating some really cool things that I can do and give you guys as far as what is wrong with me as far as these things go, sound bites and stuff, motivational things, anthems, just little clips that you guys can put into like your playlist, right? So you guys are listening to a song and then all of a sudden my clip comes on, it goes, "You are awesome." And then it goes back to, your next thing. I don't know, just funny things that will inspire you to go, hey, what are you doing right now to step outside your zone, right? How are you getting outside your comfort zone? That's what I want to know. All right. So with that, the last thing that you have to do, guys, is look at that. See it for better than it is. Most of the time you do this, don't you? Limiting beliefs. You guys are pulling up these walls. You're, oh, it's not going to work because of this. You have a brand new idea, and what's the very first thing you do? You go to all the reasons it won't work. I had somebody that I was talking to on Facebook, and man, they used try like 15 times today. And he's, I'm trying to get here. I'm trying to do this. Stop trying. Stop trying. As much as the situation that you're talking about sucks, it's like almost like we want to share the nightmare with everybody around us so that they can all feel sorry for us. But the reality is it doesn't do anything good for anybody, right? If I tell you, I broke my foot, I can't walk for a week, this sucks, right? Now you feel bad for me. How does that help anybody? How? It doesn't. So I don't talk about, you very rarely hear me ever talk about anything that I'm pissed about or that I don't like. I don't give it that amount of energy. That would have to be focusing. If I talked about stuff I don't like, I would have to be focusing on that, giving it energy, giving it life. I don't want to give it life. Okay, that was super weird. I have no idea what just happened. That is so crazy. Okay, hold on. Wow. See, just weird stuff happens to me, right? I mean, apparently you guys were supposed to listen to what I just said, or maybe I should have gone into my whole anthem. Oh, that would have been perfect. Anyways. Okay. So most of the time you guys do this, but this is what you need to be doing, right? You need to be seeing it for better than it is. You need to see your life as a possibility instead of as a captivity, right? Stop looking at your life as that. Stop living as though you're in captivity and start looking at all the possibilities. That was a cool little saying. I got to write that down. Although I'm sure Sean will get that for me at some point. It's up to you though. And I know we're going long, and I apologize. I don't really apologize because this is awesome stuff. And I think that you should love the fact that we're going long and love the fact that we're getting more into all this actionable information, right? Have you guys learned something tonight that you guys can utilize and take away? Did you guys get any takeaways so far from what we are doing? Got me all jacked up. Love the music behind it. That's right. But have any of you guys learned anything from tonight? I mean, I'm just curious. There we go. Awesome. So it's about, my thing is I want to create actionable information for you. I want to create situations that you can take this stuff home and start using it right now. I mean, actually apply it into your life. And I know we're down to 54 people, so we've dropped off some people, and I get it, and that's okay. So we'll get to wrapping this stuff up. The calendar, we have a calendar. We are all over the place. We're going to be at the REI Expo next week. This week we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. In fact, I think it's the next slide. But you can go to our calendar tab. I don't know why I'm showing you like that. You can go to our calendar tab on c2creia.com, and you can find out where we're going to be, when we're going to be there, and all kinds of different things. Sean hooks that page up. You'll be able to see backgrounds and bios on all of our guests that are coming onto the show. So you can find out a little bit of information beforehand. So if you do have questions, you guys can hit me up with the questions. You can email them, you can call in live, or anything else. What we've got going on this week, Monday's show, it's going to be you, like it always is. So my question and my hope is that out of the 54 people that we now have on, I want 2 of you to call in. Now, here's the thing. You guys are all going to talk about, it must be the other person. Text me, email me, or not email me, or tweet it that, hey, I'm going to call in on the show tomorrow, and put your email or tweet it, and then hashtag it C2CREIA. So I'm going to call in, put your name. Well, your name will be on there, and then hashtag C2C REIA. If I'm not connected to you, I'll connect to you, and you guys can call in to 760-931-1604. We're going to also have on Facebook, I always put up a ad that shows like 10 minutes before the show comes on Investing Coast to Coast page. If you go on that page, it'll have the link on it, so you guys can go and listen live. You can listen live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on c2creia.com/AM 1510. On Tuesday, we have our attorney. So if you guys have law questions or legal questions, I don't know why you wouldn't want to call in and ask her, because it's free and you get the answer. Well, I had a hole in my lip. She's certainly not going to not answer your question, right? On the air. That would be horrible for her. Wednesday, we've got Sarah Arnold on. She is an author, wrote a book on short sales, lives up in San Francisco. Awesome person. I've talked to her a little bit on Twitter and stuff. We will also be on Wednesday night, 6:30 in Laguna Hills at BJ's, and in Camarillo at 6:30 and Rick's. So if you guys live around those areas, make sure you come and connect with us. Sometimes we have one person there, and I'm just talking to one person for the entire night about what they want to. I mean, seriously, if you could have a one-on-one with me, would you want it? If you would, I would come in and check this out, because people still haven't got the clue that we're actually there and we're accessible. Thursday, we have Mindy Weinstein on. She is an SEO expert, and we're going to be talking to her about SEO and how that applies to real estate investors. And then on Friday, I have a marketing real estate expert coming on, Michael Mollenhauer, and he has written a couple books on marketing and real estate and stuff like that. So I think that would be awesome to bring him on. So we've got a lot of stuff coming on. Make sure that you get to it. Also, you can call and leave us a message tonight about anything that you have questions on, and we could answer them, or anytime, actually. If you're listening to a podcast and you're like, hey, I heard this person, I'd love to ask that question, call into 888-570-7464 and ask your question. We can go ahead and put that live on the air to that individual and have them answer it themselves. You can also text or email us questions at questions@c2cradioshow.com. As well as you can call in live to 760-931-1604 Monday through Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. We are always there. These are the books that I've read. These are, if you're getting in, you're brand new at doing anything really, I think these are fantastic books. Whether you're in real estate or anything else, doesn't even matter. How to Instantly Connect with Anyone is all about how to build your network with quick, easy, simple tasks that you can do when meeting people. Like, that's where I got that from. The biting on a pen. She says, when you walk through a room, when you walk into a room where you don't know a lot of people, act like you're walking through with your biting onto a trapeze bar. It'll keep you really tall, astute as you're coming in, and give you an air of confidence. So the really cool things like that. If you're not good at instantly building rapport, this is a great thing for you. Force Your Dreams into Reality. That's my book. You can go to forceyourdreams.com and you can download it for absolutely free. And it talks all about what you need to do in order to reach success. Unfair Secrets of Hypnotic Selling with NLP. To me, that's some of that I put some of that into this next book, because to me, that's all about how do you sell yourself? How do you get yourself to commit to something, to change, to be inspired, to be empowered, and be excited about doing it? This book is how to do that. And then last but not least, How to Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi. It is an absolute must for networking. It is like the blueprint on how to go out and network. It's an amazing book. Man, this thing is starting to hurt my ear. Okay. Oh, wow. Maybe that's why. Okay. So, and let's see, last but not least, follow me at peteasmus.com. You can click on the links tab and see where I'm connected on Facebook and everything else. You can also go to c2creia.com/connect. Okay, man, that was a long thing. With that said, do any of you guys have any information or any questions that you'd like me to get into before we roll out of here today? The graphics helped. See, there you go, Michelle. That was the other thing, Jonathan. I had the graphics on here. I did a more of a slideshow presentation. So there was more information. You got to see me, you got to see the slideshow, you got all this stuff that people that weren't on live won't have access to. So I think there was a lot of stuff that we got out of tonight. Number again for calling in, it would be 888-570-7464. That's the call-in number to leave a message tonight or anytime. To call in live on the show, which we really would appreciate tomorrow from 10 to 11. That number will be 760-931-1604. 760-931-1604. All right. And that answers that. Where can I find that book, The Unfair Secrets of that? I believe I got on Kindle. And I think it was like $1.50 or something, $1.98. It was really inexpensive. Look on Amazon. But Unfair Secrets of the Hypnotic, whatever that was. Golly, hold on. Now I'll find it because now it's bugging me. Where is it? Down here. Unfair Secrets of Hypnotic Selling with NLP. That was on Amazon for sure. And that was like I said, like $1.95 or $3 or something like that. It was very inexpensive. Is the Bird Dog Program info on the website? Go to c2creia.com/bird dog program. When you go there, there's a video right to the left. Watch the video. It's an hour long. It'll explain the entire program for you. And apparently I preach on that one too. It was what I was told last night. But he said it was motivating, so that's awesome. Do you have an audio version of Never Eat Alone? Yes, I do have the audio version of Never Eat Alone. You can go ahead and email me that, and I can show you where to get that as well. All right. Any other questions before we roll out of here? Please do me a favor. And if you did learn something, if you did like it, again, guys, get out there and share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on LinkedIn, all of that. Get the message out there, what you're learning and why you liked it. Not just, hey, this was a great class, but put why you enjoyed the webinar, what it did for you, what it brought for you. All right. With that said, you are very welcome. With that said, you put the us, no, you are the you and us. You are the you and us. You put the why in our success. And as always, that's what it is. As always, you put the why in our success. Have a great week, guys. Make sure you plan your goals, get connected, and anything I can do to help you, let me know. Have a great night.